Good morning, dear friends, and welcome to another Sunday gathering. Always look forward to it. Always look forward to seeing the smiling faces of the North American Kli. So glad to be here with you. And let's really focus on our connection together and the things that are going to transpire today. With that thought being said, take a moment, call your tens, text your tens, and invite them to this wonderful gathering that we're so fortunate to have every Sunday with each other. And we have a pretty full schedule today. I would ask that everyone here take a moment and turn your cameras on. We want to see your smiling face and that bright spark to add to the flame of what we're doing here. So today we're going to have an update from the Arvut Team. We're going to have inspiration from the gathering of a tent for NY3, and Cabby 9 will be with us, and also the practical aspect of the work in the tent. So fasten your seatbelts. Let's get ready to go. But before we take off, Lance, if you would you please read our opening intention?
Certainly. Thank you, John. Good morning, friends. This opening intention from Rabash, love of friends 1. And the man asked him, saying, "What are you seeking?" Meaning, how can I help you? And he said, "I seek my brethren. By being together with my brothers, that is, by being in a group where there is love of friends, I will be able to mount the trail that leads to the house of God." Again, Rabash, love of friends. All right, John.
Thank you, Lance. Appreciate that, brother. Now we're going to go to an update from our food team, and I'm going to pass it over to Vlad. Thank you, brother.
Yes, beloved friends, so great to be here with you on this Sunday afternoon. Friends, we have some updates regarding the community building initiative that we started a couple of months ago. If you remember, there was this big talk that we had with representative of Bnei Baruch management, Gilad Shadmon, at the Congress, where we spoke about the future vision for Bnei Baruch friends all over the world, that in addition to the tens that we're already in, we will have physical gatherings. We will be linked up with friends from our local communities in order to gather together for all kinds of events together, right? So it can grow from something very small, such as getting together to watch the Congress, maybe for an occasional Yeshivat Chaverim, gathering of friends, for a unity event, for any of the events that you would like, essentially, but under the general direction of integrating spiritually as friends together, but on a physical gathering level. So this is something that's very important to Bnei Baruch management. It's something that's being implemented all over the world. We have sent out surveys to you, friends. There were well over 200 responses. Lots of friends are very, very interested in getting together physically with their friends in their local communities. That information is being handled by our great friends. Beth Shillington is in charge of organizing all of that data and inviting you, friends, to specified WhatsApp group chats where you would be able to discuss and figure out when we meet, how we meet, all the details that are pertinent. So this is going to be the first step. This is coming soon, within the next couple of weeks. You will already be linked up with your respective communities. Now, as it pertains to, like, what do we do? What do we do when we gather together? For that, we also have a new content team that will be focused on ensuring that when we do gather, we do not lose the spirit of Bnei Baruch, that we show each other the best examples, that we stay well on course as to why we gather together and what is the goal of the gathering, so that is not lost on us. So that's also going to be implemented and provided to all of the communities that we're building here in North America, and that friends will be able to use. So of course, there's various different friends with different situations and so on. The communities are going to be vastly different from each other, depending on their respective situations. So just to give you an example, there has been a community in New York City, specifically one in Brooklyn and one in Queens, that have been around since the very beginning of Kabbalah in North America, starting around 2001. So after COVID, as you know, everything kind of fell apart. Physical centers were no longer there. Right now, at this point, our friends in New York already have a shared space where friends would be able to gather, and it's going to be a weekly gathering on Saturdays for the lesson and the meal, a potluck meal, together with everyone starting on July 19th, I believe. Right, yes, starting on July 19th. So this is everyone. They just gather together, men, women, children, whoever is part of the community, whoever wants to be a part of it, shows up and spends time together according to the schedule, according to the content that they choose. For me personally, I'm in rural Pennsylvania. I'm also in New York 210, and we tend to gather as communities as well. So this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are gathering as well at our friend's place in Pennsylvania, and we'll have all of our families together, all of our kids together. And this is generally what we do. We have several places, my place, a friend's place, a couple more friends' places. We regularly invite each other over, sometimes just the 10, sometimes together as a community with the women and the children and everyone together for such events where we get to strengthen each other, inspire each other, give each other that greater importance, value, and purpose in life. And it's incredibly, incredibly important and a very potent tool that's at our disposal. Everyone benefits from it. So you're in your specific 10. In spite of that 10, there is also a physical community. And one does not cancel each other out. Sometimes it intersects, like in the case with my 10, where pretty much everyone from the 10 generally lives within 2.5 hours of each other, and we travel and we see each other. We gather together for lessons on a weekly basis, I could say, at least some of us. And that physical contact is incredibly important and a major stepping stone for the future of Bnei Baruch. So as it pertains to the Congress that's happening in October, that Congress is a local Congress, meaning that it's going to be taking place in smaller community. Not necessarily every, I guess, cell or rather there will be clusters. So for example, friends might decide to meet in San Francisco or in Los Angeles, maybe in both, depending on how many people are actually interested in coming to one location or the other. But one way or another, we're going to have these local gatherings. And in those local gatherings, the local community itself will decide how you will be connecting. Is it going to be live in the middle of the night? Is that convenient for everyone? We need to ensure that everyone is comfortable and that the community itself is the onus. It's the focus point in a way that whatever is the best decision on behalf of the community will have to be made, meaning whether it's going to be a live connection to Israel, whether it's going to be a mix between live events and certain local events that you guys will decide to conduct on your own, or it's going to be something completely local. You'll watch everything in recording and you will decide what else happens. But regardless, there's going to be much more difference, I guess, a greater disparity between how the friends in specific local communities will get will handle this Congress and the shape and form it's going to take. So more on this at the next North American gathering next week. Thank you so much. We are with you. We are together, and let's continue onward. L'chaim.
Live. Thank you so much for that information. Now we got a special treat from Women New York 3. They're having a gathering this weekend and they want to share their impressions. So I'm going to turn it over to women from NY3, please.
Hello, dear friends. We are very happy to share that our 10 is, we are blessed. We have this amazing friend near me, Roberta, who opens her home for us to come whenever friends are ready and weather permits. And this weekend, it was a very special gathering. We had 11 friends coming and we all were here together, spending amazing time. And some of us even so lucky we stayed overnight and we're here to share with you, like I want all friends who stayed overnight, who was so lucky to share with you. And I'm passing mic to my great friend, Roberta.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? I just want to tell you a little bit how we prepared for this. We sent a survey out to our 10 originally with different dates, who's available, what, would be the best time for the most amount of friends to gather. So once we got the date, then we sent out a spreadsheet for all of us to find out who's bringing what. We did a potluck. We had so much extra food than we ever thought. I didn't have to cook, which was good. A little bit of grilling, but so we had that. And then also friends that couldn't make it, like our friend Linda in Montreal. She actually got special Italian wine that you can't even get in the US here and buy. She had it sent to us, which was amazing. That's Linda in Montreal. Then we had Sippy, who drove from New Jersey with her daughter for 4 hours. She came, and then we have, of course, Mary here from upstate New York. It took her almost 9 hours or more. She drove, she took ferries, she took everything to get here, 9 hours. So we had friends that made a great effort to come, and also the planning, the eating, all we did together was amazing. We had other friends that, which we're going to speak about now, that actually contributed that were not able to join also. So it's just so wonderful to be together, especially in nature. To Mary.
Okay, it's part of our day yesterday. We had a very special Kabbalistic meal, and it was one of the most internal meals that I've ever sat at. There was no talking. We didn't even look at each other. We just went so deep inside internally. It felt like we were one woman sitting together. We did play a few niguns. We had live music, and we read passages. And then our dear friend Linda gave us a very, very deep-hearted, profound L'chaim at the end of the meal. And with friends who weren't here, they joined by Zoom, and we felt like our entire 10, we were all here together as one. A very, very deep internal meal. I'll never forget it. It was just
Nina.
yeah, our friends on Zoom, yeah, Nina and Linda, and Nina played the niguns for us, and
Yeah.
it was one of the most special meals ever.
That truly sounds like such a
Yes, and we also had another friend that wasn't here that is a New York friend for so many years, and she lately moved to Texas, Nina, and she had her contribution. She prepared an amazing, a very deep workshop about our prayer. We had such a deep scrutiny, especially we had the opportunity to had few rounds. We were comfortably around the table, and she prepared the questions. She was really managing this workshop, which really helped us to do this deep scrutiny. So it was amazing. Yeah.
Behind, thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Behind. Thank you so much, women from NY3. Appreciate that. What a gift that you passed on to us this morning. So, no further ado, I'm going to welcome our great friends from CABU 9. They are going to share the life in their 10. So let's welcome them right now. Behind.
Thank you, friends. First, we're gonna play a video. Thank you, friends. Okay, we'll go ahead. Attila, please start our presentation.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Wonderful to see you all here on this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm Attila. I live in the Greater Toronto area, and I'm the newest member of COB9, joined about 2 years ago. We are an active team. During the weekdays, we have 3 meetings starting at 9 a.m. with reflections from the morning lesson on night before. Then we start reading the articles for the day, discussing them, looking for deficiencies, any sort of highlight. At 3 p.m., then we have a short touch base, and at 7 p.m., a more wholesome meeting, when again we read the articles, we discuss them, we find discernments, identify any sort of deficiencies in us, any sort of questions that we would like to get answered during the morning lesson. So we do that every single day during the week. By the time the morning lessons come, we are all well prepared. On Saturday morning, we have a session we call Reflections on the Week. And this is the time when we highlight any significant thing that we have gained during the week, any significant discernment, any sort of deficiency, or any highlight anybody would like to share. Sunday morning, we have a dedicated session to reading these Psalms, and we discuss them. We have workshop questions about them. And on Sunday evening, we have Yeshivat Haverim. Every member of our 10 attends as many morning lessons as possible, and often the afternoon sessions as well, although they are very early for us in North America, especially Brother Francis in the West Coast. And in addition to that, every one of us dedicate a good amount of time to reading books and articles and listening to recorded sessions. So we are really an active 10. From a personal perspective, being on this path means everything to me. I'm so very pleased that we have this 10. It really is where we put in practice what we learned. This is where we find new discernments, new deficiencies, new voids, things that we can work on to really evolve on this path. And of course, this is where we build that all-important connection in order to attain the Creator. So it couldn't possibly be more important. I find that being on this path just makes life so much more meaningful and joyful. And I cannot help but to reflect on how empty and shallow life was before I started this path. So I'm very, very pleased to be here. And on that note, I'd like to hand over to my brother Francis in Vancouver.
Thank you. Yeah. So thank you, friends, for this lovely gathering on a Sunday morning. As Attila is saying, I live on Vancouver Island, in the central part of Vancouver Island, about 15 minutes flight from Vancouver. Yeah, so I have been on this path roughly, I think, since 2020. But in this 10, I think from 2022, we've been working together with the friends. Initially, I think we were thrown together like a group of buddies, just egos, raw egos, and then over time, one can feel the molding and the rubbing of the hearts together. And through that, all the activities my friend listed, Attila listed, the Creator is gradually changing us, molding us together, binding us together into one man, as one man in one heart. And there's a bit of, as we all know, it goes with a bit of pain here, pain there, joy here, laughter, and everything goes together. But I will say that I love my 10 very much. As Attila said, I love the 10, and this is where I live. I live in COB9. As he said, we meet 3 times, and I'm not going to go over that because he gave us all the details. I have been blessed to be able to do some dissemination. Personally, I write some pieces on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and I was also invited to join BB Africa, where we do Sunday live streaming, mostly into African countries, and disseminate Kabbalah materials. And I've been part of that, I think, for about 3 years now that we've been doing that. We've also had the opportunity to participate in retreats where all of us have been able to gather together and bundle together and enjoy the retreat together. And we look forward this year in particular in September to do the same again. I think basically that is what we do and what we stand for. And it's been a challenge as well as a joy to do this work on this path. And we look forward, to the Creator to take us forward on leaps and bounds as the years roll over. And I think I'll pass over to Pedro.
So good to be with all of you today. So, well, I come from Costa Rica, so I am the southern part of this 10, and I am the Latin part of this 10. So I'm very, very lucky to have friends from North America working. So it's a great experience. Well, about my background, so I live in San Jose, but I travel a lot to the northern part of Costa Rica because I'm taking care of a farm. And so my 10 has a lot of patience with me because I am always on the bus or moving from one place to the other. I come from a Christian family and we read the Old Testament every day, but I wanted to know the secrets, so they were there. And I was very, very happy to finally find Kabbalah because here we have the opportunity to have a big study of all of that, but not only that, but to practice it. And to practice it is the 10 that I have. So I'm very happy to have this wonderful 10. We have been for many years and we have seen with so much joy how we are growing. There are some times in which there are big fights and we know that that is the Creator that is putting us in that situation just for us to learn about our evil inclination and to decide to move away from it. So, and then we pray that the Creator reform us and send us, change us for the will, from the will to receive to the will to bestow. And that is very conscious what we are doing every day. And it's so beautiful to start the morning. That is what I do. I start my morning with my 10 and I have such a big blessing for the rest of the day because of that. It's wonderful to see the friends and the love that is growing out among all of us. So the other, sometimes we have bad experiences. Some friends leave the group and we had so much sorrow. And sometimes we have big joys, as when Esin came to our group or Attila to strengthen us. And then we are so clear that we have to be here in the middle of the storms. And we have to have perseverance because we are here just to please the Creator. We're here to work our evil inclination and to decide so much to move to bestowal. For us, it was very important to have the retire last year. That was the first time that we met in person. That was a big joy to see the friends in person, and we need to do that. We promise that we will try to do every year, take some time to have a meeting together because that changed radically everything. That we realize that we're human beings, that we have the feelings, and that we have our challenges, and then it makes a difference. So the dynamics of the 10 changes a lot after that retreat. And well, also I am part of the group in Costa Rica. We have, we meet from time to time. So I want to finish is to say, we are so thankful with the Raf because he started this and he started with this 10. And so we're so thankful with Bnei Baruch because it's changing our lives and we want to also disseminate that. So, John.
Thank you, Pedro. Yeah, thanks a lot. Dear friends, I'm grateful to stand here before you today to share a little bit of Cabio 9. This, as my friend said, is a young 10, but with a deep heart and a great desire. As many of the friends says, it's been almost 4 years we were created. I just wanted to mention that throughout the years, we always began with a spark in the heart. There have been almost 14 friends, all seeking deeper connections, Over time, like in everything, we experienced movement. Some friends came and brought the lights for a time. Others went on different paths. But 7 of us remain here, not by chance, but through providence. Truly, the Creator put us here, and this is where we need to be. This journey has been one of sincere inner work. As it is written, a curious person becomes a serious student of Kabbalah probably after 5 years of persistent study. Thousands will come to study, just one will come out to teach, say the sages. In that spirit, we feel that we are just beginning. Some of us have reached that threshold of time, including the time that we spend in young groups and working together alone. And we are just beginning the path. We are building the vessel. The real work starts now. There's a long path ahead of us, and we are confident that we have learned together and we endure and we keep going one day at a time. And we want to grow one day like those veteran 10s that says, okay, we've been in the path for 15, 20 years. That would be great. Over these periods, as my friend says, we have many stages. We go through ascents, through descents. Those ascents will give us wings to fly higher. Those descents keep us grounded and break our hearts. But together, we have tasted a view, the coarseness of the will to receive, and that's the work. These we consider are not failures. These are just signs of growth, and we are learning not to fear the darkness, for dark moments only deepen our desire for the light. We study, we disseminate, we do everything that a 10 is supposed to do with a great desire. We make mistakes as well, but I think we are learning. We are grateful for the daily connection through the morning lesson, to the Arvut Team, through the congresses, the retreats, the workshops, the dissemination projects that we are involved in. This is our lifeline, friends. Through this network of friends, this field of love, we come to feel the Creator as the force dwelling between us. We really tasted that at some points, but we keep working. So here, Cabio 9, not a huge or veteran 10, but a devoted one. We are ready to continue to serve the friends, contributing to the great society. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we know that we are walking with our friends, all together, Cabio 9, and with you guys as well. Thank you everyone for being our mirror, our teachers, and our partners in this sacred journey. Let's continue building this vessel together, friends. Go ahead, Essien.
Hello and good morning, everyone, brothers and sisters. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Essien Itai. I live in Austin, Texas. And I've been part of this group for some time. These are my brothers, I can honestly say that. As far as dissemination, I support the young group. Michelle has a way of convincing anyone to support the young group. At first, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Then she banged me over the head. And I was like, all of a sudden, I just turned around and said, yep, I'll do it. But the young group is extremely important. It's the basis of everything that we do. And it's such an honor to be able to support them and support the instructors as well. Also, as far as dissemination goes, I am outside of Kabiyu, I'm a Freemason. I'm a Mason, and I've been asked several times to give lectures on, Kabbalah. And at first I told them no, because I didn't feel too comfortable doing it. But then Leo was like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's an opportunity to share this stuff. So I was like, okay. And all I did was basically, study my tail off and then give the lecture. So the last lecture I gave to the lodge was on the book of Ruth. And they really, really enjoyed that. It was a very Kabbalistic lecture, and we talked about Kabbalah quite a bit. And now they're asking me to give more and more lectures, which is nice because I think they also have a point in the heart. And I pray that it brightens and hopefully one day they'll be able to step on this path and do the work. My 10, this is going to be hard for me, but my 10 man, my life would have no true meaning if it weren't for my brothers in this tent. In fact, it would be totally wasted. It's the Creator who answered my prayers a long time ago when I was asking what the purpose of my life is. After my father passed away, and even as a child, I was asking about what's the purpose of life? Is it to get married? Everyone gets married, have kids, and have a house. It's the same thing over and over again. There's got to be something deeper. And it's him, and I'm grateful to him. It's him who pushed me to this path to find my teacher and my brothers. He has given me this group, and without them, again, I would be nothing. I would be doing the same thing as everyone else. But when I travel for work, I send letters, I write letters to my brothers. And if I'm in the same town, if I happen to be in the same town, I'll stop by and visit them. We'll go have a coffee and sit down and talk and hug and cry. And it's great. When we have our meetings or conversations in our group, I listen carefully to see if there's any information that'll be spilled. For example, if one of them says, I won't be able to make it tonight because I'm closing on a house, I will send him a gift, a housewarming gift, a bottle of wine or something like that, just to congratulate them. So I pray for the success and I pray for their success in life, whether it's finding a wife, a new job, getting through a challenge in business or whatever it may be, a sickness, it doesn't matter. For me, I thank the Lord for providing an opportunity to be able to sincerely pray for someone else. Whatever is important to them becomes important to me. Their joys are my joys. Their pain is my pain. They may not know it, but they mean absolutely everything to me. Absolutely everything. And I just pray and plead with the Creator to give me the strength and the patience and fortitude to serve them properly. I know I'll make a lot of mistakes, but man, if I can just stay on this path with them, I am extremely grateful. So I'll hand it over to John.
Well, friends, I think we are at time. They're calling us because we have another session. We just want to mention David and Greg. They couldn't make it, but they are in our hearts and they send their regards. Thank you, friends. I think that's it for now with CAB-U9. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you, CAB-U9. You guys are beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us your hearts. It was wonderful to hear what you had to say.